You probably think your breakfast is healthy. Eggs, toast, maybe oatmeal. But what if I told you the world's healthiest people eat nothing like that? Well, actually, they do eat eggs and oatmeal, but not the way you think. From Japan to Greece, Sardinia to Costa Rica, the people who live the longest don't just eat differently, they eat intentionally. And their mornings? They're built on 12 simple foods. Foods that science says support better digestion, longer life, and sharper focus. These aren't exotic powders or trendy shakes. They're everyday ingredients used in very specific ways, and they've been linked to lower inflammation, stronger gut health, and even better metabolic function. In this video, we're breaking down all 12 foods, what they are, why they work, and how to use them in your morning routine. This isn't just about living longer. It's about waking up with energy, feeling full without crashing, and building a breakfast that actually fuels your day. Let's dive in. Number 1, oats, but not the instant garbage. Picture this. It's 6 a.m. in Iceland. A fisherman sits down for breakfast. Outside, it's dark, cold, brutal. But his bowl? It's steaming with steel-cut oats, real oats, the kind that take 20 minutes to cook and stick to your ribs for hours. Not those instant packets loaded with sugar and artificial peach flavor. Here's why this matters. Steel-cut and rolled oats contain something called beta-glucan. Sounds fancy, right? It's basically nature's cholesterol vacuum cleaner. Studies show people who eat oats every morning can drop their LDL cholesterol by 5 to 10% in 6 weeks. That might not sound like much, but that's the difference between needing statins at 50 or hiking mountains at 80. Where do they eat these? Scandinavia, Loma Linda in the USA, and parts of Greece where they use barley. Same principle, different grain. But here's the kicker. The healthiest people don't eat oats plain. They load them up. Add chia seeds for omega-3s, throw in berries for antioxidants, drizzle local honey if you need sweetness, but skip the brown sugar bomb most Americans use. Speaking of berries, wait until you hear what Japanese centenarians know about these little antioxidant bombs that we're just catching up to. Number 2, berries, the brain's best friend. A nutritionist at Tufts recently said something that blew my mind. If you could design the perfect food for your brain, it would look exactly like a blueberry. Think about that. The science is compelling. Berries are packed with compounds called anthocyanins. These little molecules can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. They literally protect your neurons from aging. In Okinawa, they don't have blueberries, but they have shikusawa, a local citrus berry. In Costa Rica, it's cas. In Sardinia, wild myrtle berries. Different berries, same principle, same brain protection. One study followed 16,000 women for years. The ones who ate berries twice a week, their brains aged 2.5 years slower. That's like getting a time machine for your mind. Every single blue zone has some kind of berry, usually wild, always seasonal. Here's a secret most people don't know. Frozen berries actually have more antioxidants because they're picked at peak ripeness. Toss them in your oats while cooking, they'll melt into jammy perfection. But berries alone won't cut it. You need something alive in your breakfast, something with billions of tiny workers that most Americans are killing every morning. Number 3, plain Greek yogurt or kefir, your gut's army. Let me tell you about Stamatis moraitis. Diagnosed with lung cancer, given 6 months to live, moved back to Icaria to die. Instead, he lived another 45 years. Every morning, he ate yogurt from his neighbor's goats. Real yogurt, alive with probiotics, not the sugar-loaded fruit-on-the-bottom stuff we call yogurt. The mechanism is fascinating. Your gut contains 40 trillion bacteria. That's more than stars in our galaxy. And those bacteria, they control everything. Your mood, your weight, your inflammation levels. Real fermented dairy feeds the good guys and starves the bad guys. Studies show people with healthy gut bacteria have 40% less inflammation. They get sick less. They think clearer. They even have less anxiety. Icaria uses goat yogurt. Sardinia prefers sheep's milk pecorino. Bulgaria has been perfecting yogurt for 4,000 years. When shopping, look for live active cultures on the label. Choose full-fat versions with no added sugar. If it tastes like dessert, it's not real yogurt. Where are you watching from? Drop your country below. I'm curious if you have traditional fermented foods where you live. Now, about those eggs everyone argues about. Turns out the world's longest-lived people have been settling this debate for centuries. Number 4. Eggs, but context is everything. The great egg debate. They'll kill you. No, they'll save you. Only egg whites. No, eat the whole thing. Meanwhile, in Sardinia, 100-year-old shepherds are eating eggs from their own chickens every single morning, have been for decades. Here's what we're missing in the debate. The nutritional power comes from choline. Your brain is literally made of this stuff. Without enough choline, your memory suffers, your liver struggles, your mood tanks. But here's the key. It's not just the egg. It's what the chicken ate. Sardinian chickens roam free, eat bugs, herbs, kitchen scraps. Their eggs have 3 times more omega-3s than factory eggs. Deeper orange yolks, more vitamins. 1 egg from a happy chicken equals 3 from a factory. In Sardinia, they scramble them with wild greens. Costa Rica mixes them with beans and veggies. The Nicoya Peninsula serves them with corn tortillas. Can't raise chickens? Buy pasture-raised eggs instead. Yes, they're pricier, but you're literally eating what the chicken ate. Invest in quality. Eggs need a partner. And in Costa Rica, they found the perfect match. Something green, creamy, and so nutrient-dense, it could be its own meal. Number 5. Avocado, nature's butter. In the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica, there's a saying, oro verde, green gold. They're talking about avocados. While we were spreading margarine on white bread, they were mashing avocados on corn tortillas. While we feared fat, they embraced it. Guess who's healthier? The nutrition facts are stunning. Avocados are basically potassium bombs wrapped in healthy fat. 1 avocado has more potassium than 2 bananas. And that monounsaturated fat? It actually helps you absorb nutrients from everything else you eat. Studies show people who add avocado to salads absorb 15 times more carotenoids. That's like upgrading from standard to high-definition nutrition. Costa Rica has used them forever. Mexico was way ahead of the trend. Parts of California's blue zone swear by them. Need to ripen one fast? Put it in a paper bag with a banana, ready in 24 hours. Too ripe? Freeze it for smoothies later. But you need something to put that avocado on. And the bread the healthiest people eat? It's nothing like the plastic-wrapped stuff in your pantry. Number 6. Sprouted or whole grain bread. Real bread. There's a bakery in Icaria that's been making bread the same way for 150 years. Sourdough starter from 1870. Stone-ground flour. 24-hour fermentation. No preservatives. No dough conditioners. No yoga mat chemicals. Just flour, water, salt, thyme. The difference is in the digestion. Real bread, sprouted or traditionally fermented, is pre-digested. The fermentation breaks down gluten, releases nutrients, makes it easier on your gut. Your blood sugar stays stable. You stay full longer. Your body actually gets nutrition instead of just calories. Industrial bread spikes your glucose like candy. Real bread feeds you like food. Icaria perfected sourdough centuries ago. Loma Linda residents choose Ezekiel sprouted bread. Sardinians bake their traditional pane carasau flatbread. Can't pronounce the ingredients? Don't buy it. Real bread molds in 3 to 4 days. If your bread lasts 2 weeks, it's not food. Now here's where it gets interesting. The number 1 breakfast protein in blue zones isn't meat. It's not even eggs. It's something most Americans feed to livestock. Number 7. Legumes. The centenarian secret. Every morning in Costa Rica, millions of people eat the same breakfast, gallo pinto, spotted rooster. It's just rice and black beans. That's it. And they live longer than almost anyone on Earth. The secret is resistant starch. Your stomach can't break it down, so it travels to your colon where good bacteria feast on it. Those bacteria then produce compounds that reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and even protect against colon cancer. 1 cup of beans has as much protein as 2 eggs, plus iron, plus fiber, plus folate, and 0 cholesterol. Costa Rica loves their black beans. Sardinia prefers chickpeas and fava beans. Mediterranean regions go for white beans. Cook a big batch Sunday and eat them all week. Cold beans from the fridge actually have more resistant starch than hot ones. Science working in your favor. But the most shocking blue zone breakfast food? It's orange, it's sweet, and most Americans think it's only for Thanksgiving. Number 8. Sweet potatoes, the Okinawan miracle. Until 1960, Okinawans got 60% of their calories from one food: purple sweet potatoes. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, for centuries. And they had the longest life expectancy on the planet. Sweet potatoes have a secret. They're sweet, yes, but they release sugar so slowly that diabetics can eat them. The fiber acts like a brake pedal on your blood sugar. Plus, they're loaded with beta-carotene. Your body turns this into vitamin A, which keeps your immune system strong and your eyes sharp. Those purple ones in Okinawa, they have 150% more antioxidants than our orange ones. Okinawa still cherishes their purple varieties. Parts of Costa Rica grow them year-round. The New Guinea highlands depend on them. Bake a batch on Sunday and reheat throughout the week. Cold sweet potatoes develop more resistant starch, same benefit as beans. Sweet potatoes need friends, and the world's healthiest people have been sprinkling these crunchy additions on everything for millennia. Number 9. Nuts and seeds, tiny powerhouses. In Loma Linda, California, there's a group of people who live 10 years longer than other Americans. They're Seventh-day Adventists, and they're obsessed with nuts. Not crazy, actual nuts. The research is mind-blowing. People who eat nuts 5 times a week have 50% less heart disease. 50%! That's better than most medications. Walnuts look like little brains for a reason. They're packed with omega-3s. Almonds have more calcium than milk. Chia seeds expand in your stomach, keeping you full for hours. But here's what's crazy. A handful of nuts has 200 calories. A bag of chips has 150. Yet nut eaters are thinner. Why? Real food tells your body when to stop eating. Processed food tells it to keep going. Loma Linda residents prefer almonds and walnuts. Ikaria grows their own almonds. Sardinia? Also almonds. Seeing a pattern? Buy them raw and unsalted. Toast them yourself. The smell alone will convert you. Sprinkle on everything. All this food needs a drink, and what the world's healthiest people sip every morning makes your Starbucks order look like liquid candy. Number 10. Green tea, liquid meditation. There's a phrase in Japanese, ichigo ichie, one time, one meeting. It means this moment will never come again, so be present. That's how they drink tea. The chemistry is beautiful. Green tea contains L-theanine. It's like meditation in a molecule. Calms your mind while caffeine wakes it up. You get energy without jitters, focus without crash. Japanese researchers found that people who drink 5 cups of green tea daily have 26% less heart disease. Their cells age slower. Their stress hormones stay lower. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Okinawa prefers jasmine green tea. Throughout Japan, it's sencha and matcha. Parts of China's longevity villages have their own varieties. Steep at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling. Boiling water makes it bitter and kills the good stuff. 3 minutes maximum for perfect extraction. But the most unexpected breakfast edition? It's red, juicy, and most people think it belongs on pizza. Number 11. Tomatoes, morning medicine. An Italian grandmother in Sardinia starts every day the same way. Crusty bread, drizzle of olive oil, fresh tomato rubbed on top, pinch of salt. That's it. That's breakfast. And her skin at 85? Better than most 40-year-olds. The science behind this is fascinating. Tomatoes contain lycopene. It's like sunscreen that works from the inside, protects your cells from damage, keeps your heart healthy, may even prevent certain cancers. But here's the weird part. Cooked tomatoes have more available lycopene than raw ones. The heat breaks down cell walls, releasing more nutrients. Grandma's morning tomato on toast? She's been biohacking since before Silicon Valley existed. Mediterranean regions know this secret. Sardinia lives by it. Southern Italy and parts of Greece follow the same tradition. Add a tiny bit of fat, like olive oil or avocado. This boosts lycopene absorption by 80%. Chemistry is your friend. Speaking of olive oil, this last ingredient might be the most important. And most Americans are using fake versions without knowing it. Number 12. Olive oil. Liquid gold. There's a man in Crete named Yannis. He's 97. Every morning he drinks a shot of olive oil, straight, like medicine. 1 spoon for the heart, he says. 1 for the joints, 1 for the mind. His doctors are stunned. Perfect blood pressure, flexible joints, sharp memory. Real olive oil is anti-inflammatory medicine you can eat. The polyphenols protect your arteries. The monounsaturated fats feed your brain. The vitamin E keeps your cells young. About 60% of olive oil in supermarkets is adulterated, cut with seed oils, processed until the nutrients die. That's not medicine. That's just expensive grease. Every single Mediterranean blue zone depends on it. Greece uses the most at 20 liters per person per year. Real olive oil burns your throat slightly. That's the polyphenols. No burn means no benefits. Buy from single estates, not blends. Emotional reflection. You know what breaks my heart? We've turned breakfast into a race, a chore, a drive-through transaction. But in blue zones, breakfast is ritual. It's family. It's the foundation of everything that comes after. I think about that fisherman in Iceland, sitting with his oats while the world sleeps. That grandmother in Sardinia, rubbing tomatoes on bread she baked yesterday. That family in Costa Rica, sharing beans and stories before the sun gets hot. They're not counting calories. They're not worried about macros. They're just eating real food, together, mindfully. Maybe that's the biggest lesson. It's not just what we eat. It's how we eat it. The world's healthiest people don't inhale breakfast in their cars. They sit. They taste. They start their days with intention. And maybe, just maybe, those extra years they live aren't just from the beta-glucan in their oats or the probiotics in their yogurt. Maybe it's from taking those 20 minutes each morning to actually nourish themselves, body and soul. Your breakfast sets the tone for your entire day. Make it count. That was it. The 12 foods the world's healthiest people eat every single morning. Not a single protein powder, no expensive supplement, no miracle smoothie that costs $18, just real food, prepared simply, eaten mindfully. Here's my challenge. Pick 3 of these foods, just 3. Add them to your breakfast this week. Which of these 12 foods surprised you most, or which one are you already eating? Drop a comment below. I personally read every single one, and I'm curious about breakfast traditions from wherever you're watching. If you learned even one thing that might change your morning routine, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need to hear it. Subscribe and hit the bell for more science-backed secrets from the world's blue zones. Next week, we're revealing the 7 dinner habits of the longest-lived people. And if you want to know the #1 mistake that's sabotaging your healthy breakfast, hint, it's probably in your coffee, check out this video right here. Remember, you're just one breakfast away from a better day. See you in the next one.